Where is Golden Week? What is going on? Oh my God, everybody panic. Today, we're going to do a little bit of a discussion video talking about where we are and what is coming up. And spoiler alert, I don't think it's going to be Golden Week. I think Golden Week is gone. But for this year, I don't think it's going to be a permanent thing. I think it's just for this year that Golden Week is going to be set aside. So Golden Week happens during the end of April, and that usually spans until the end of May. But since this year, things were kind of shifted out of whack to compensate for the Xenoverse crossover celebration being shoehorned in, that begs the question of how the next celebration is going to be going. JP received something in their news that Global did not. That is pretty damning evidence to support the fact that Golden Week is likely not going to happen. So let's just start by talking about what the heck is Golden Week. For those of you who don't know, Golden Week in Japan is a series of holidays, public holidays, that span from the end of April until running into May. Some of those holidays include Showa Day on the 29th of April, Constitution Memorial Day, the 3rd of May, Greenery Day, and Children's Day. So it's a pretty big deal, pretty big cultural impact in Japan, and they turn up. They go hard for this. So it's generally why we have a big time Dual Dokkan Festival celebration that happens spanning from the end of April going into May. Obviously, Golden Week doesn't last the same duration as a Dokkan Festival Golden Week, but they start at the same time. We go back to 2025, that was Blue Kaioken and Hito. They came out April 27th. Then we go back to 2024, it was Super Saiyan 3. He came out April 25th or 26th, I think. And then if we go back even further, go back to, what was that? Yeah, these guys, April 27th. So it's always been a staple that around the end of April, we jump into Golden Week. And it just so happens that alongside the Golden Week celebration, there is a parallel Goku Day celebration, right? So it's a pretty busy time in terms of just stuff happening. I remember one of my favorite Goku Day announcements was the arrival of the legendary Goku event. That was such a cool thing. That was like, what, 2020, 2019? That was awesome. Back in my day, when those stacking events were far less time consuming like what we have now, like what you kids have to deal with now. So because we sort of missed the window, kind of doesn't really feel like it would make sense for it to be called a Golden Week celebration. Now, JP players received this in the news. Global players did not. Golden Week limited super daily missions. As you can see here, there is the GW with the symbols. This is basically what they call the Golden Week. This is what they show for Golden Week celebrations normally. This Chi-Chi, by the way, if anybody knows, let me know in the comments, because I don't know where this is from. I thought this was from, what is that? That one interview? That one support memory. It's a green support memory where it's like Goku making that weird face in front of Chi-Chi. It was like an interview. I think it was during the Android 13 movie. This one. But it's not that, because here Chi-Chi's wearing the business suit, but she does do the exact same pose for like a split second. Right there. So I thought that's what it was, but it's not that. So if you know, do tell. Oh, also her mouth is closed. I don't know where this is from. Anyway, here's what they say. Limited time offer for Golden Week. Super daily missions are now available during this period, April 28th to May 6th. You can earn 3 Dragon Stones by completing the daily missions. If you complete the missions every day without fail, you can earn up to 27 Dragon Stones. Play to your heart's content during Golden Week and aim to win amazing rewards. They would not be doing this if it were not to be a replacement for the lack of a Golden Week celebration. Obviously, in terms of stones that you would get on a full-on Golden Week celebration versus this, it's a huge discrepancy. But the point is that they are giving a little bit extra to celebrate Golden Week. And instead of Golden Week itself, we will just get another celebration that will still give the same amount of stones, if not maybe less, because Golden Week does give a lot. Well, no, because we're gonna have Goku Day too, so it should give around the same. So it's not a shaft, it's just that they're gonna be calling it something different for this year. I doubt there's gonna be something like this next year unless they want to once again commemorate Xenoverse 3, and that Xenoverse 3 is coming out. Maybe they do something like that. Otherwise, I would not. I would expect Golden Week to just happen at the end of April. So Global didn't get this, and this is something that I just learned. I had no idea. JP players, y'all never get these. I didn't know that. I thought Golden Weekend, we used to call it Golden Weekend. I guess it's called Super Weekend now. I thought that these missions dropped for JP too, but basically it's usually 3 weekends, as you see here, May 1st to the 24th. you get 7 stones per weekend, up to 7 stones per weekend. So 7 times 3 is 21. Obviously, it's not the same as the 27 here, but here's a little factoid for you. Since JP players don't get that, getting the occasional little cultural exclusive bonus here doesn't seem like a big deal. But also, you should know that based on a query done on dokkaninfo.com, apparently, daily missions in their entirety on Global versus JP, the difference is insane. Apparently, Global's total daily missions amounts to 950 stones. JP's amounts to 2,071, which, what? So, yeah, Global getting the super weekend stuff doesn't seem like that big a deal. JP players getting their own localized cultural-based bonus, it's not that big a deal. So, yeah. But I think both versions are getting, they're just getting their own respective extra stones here. Looking at the JP celebration, there is nothing here. Like, JP's celebration info shows the Golden Week stuff up at the top. Everything else is the same as Dokkan, or as Global, but there's no super weekend. So JP players have this, and Global players have this, updated on April 26th, 2026. So that, as far as we're concerned, accounts for Golden Week. Golden Week is no more for this year. Whatever it's going to be called, they'll call it Silver Week, Soul Silver, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, whatever they want to call it. That will be what replaces Golden Week. Will it be a dual Dokkan festival? Will it be a dual Dokkan festival TUR or LRs? Will it be a singular LR or TUR? Will it even be Goku Day based? That's probably what it's going to be. Either, you know what? No, maybe not necessarily Goku Day. Goku Day is going to be happening on May 9th, but we've got a May 8th, we've got a May 10th. So Gohan, Goten, Goku, all 3 prime candidates to be the focal point of this upcoming celebration. So we can make a whole separate video speculating as to what that could mean. Because if we just say it's going to be Goku, I mean, there are a billion guesses. There are so many different Gokus that we could choose from that, I mean, same would go to Gohan. Maybe not Goten, but Gohan at least. So, you know, if you want to place some bets down below on which ones you think it's going to be, feel free. But all of that will be learned soon. As far as when, I would say at the earliest, we're going to find out probably around May 4th, after the Dokkan Frontier update. May 4th, 10 p.m. my time. So probably a couple of hours after that, we might get some news, either via a letter, a producer's letter, video, just a letter, or if not, maybe a hint, some sort of a teaser. The following day, we get the reveal. After that, we get some sort of data download, info dump, whatever, something like that. So right now, I am posting this video on April 30th, so we still have a little bit of time. It's going to be a little quiet for the next couple of days between burst mode and the upcoming super weekend bonus stuff. There's really not much left besides Dokkan Frontier. The only thing that I want to talk about that's left over is the timing between now and the next major celebration. Now that Golden Week is not happening, what is happening between now and July 6th? May 7th to July 6th is the time between now and the next big celebration. The 3 biggest celebrations of the year in order, well, 1A and 1B, they share the same tier, which would be Anniversary, GDC. They're the 2 biggest. Then the step below would be the new Tanabata celebration. Now, between now and GDC, that is a 4-month span. And if you're able to resist all the way until GDC, then more power to you. But I'm willing to bet a lot of people are probably going to cave and do some summons during new Tanabata. So as far as this discussion is concerned, you're going to be summoning during new Tanabata. Between now and then, how many days do we have? We've got about 60 days. 60 days, if we divide that by 14, which is how long the average celebration goes, which is 2 weeks, that can allow us 4 celebrations within the 60-day period. 4 14-day blocks, give or take a couple of days to account for the rest. What does that leave us? Where does that leave us? That leaves us with a potential part 1, part 2, part 1, part 2. We could just go back to the straight up, you know, 1A, 1B, 1A, 1B, or they can do something where maybe we go even more out of the ordinary and we just get a crossover part 2 LR. I myself would personally be so down for that. I would love it if Global could get, or I keep saying Global, I'm sorry. I'm so used to saying that. If Dokkan could get a part 2 LR Rose Ultra Super Villain, I would love that. But remember, crossover celebrations are, they're few and far between. They're fleeting celebrations, meaning they come and go very quickly. Those characters are niche at best. They're moderate to above average, but they're never like meta defining characters. We just got a nice set of Xenoverse characters that all work very well in the confines of Xenoverse. They do work to an extent outside, like Mira can dominate on androids. You've got some demonic power. You've got some Vegeta's family. You've got some, what am I missing? Realm of Gods. Like, they do work, but they're not, you know, among the top of the line best of the best. Those are saved for the mainline celebrations. These are generally considered extracurricular, although this one is not necessarily like the heroes in the sense that this one is going to be back. Like, this is kind of like the Android 21, but still, if you're someone who is trying to invest in the best of the characters out there, it's not going to be this. It's not going to be the celebration. So are they going to continue this and allow more players to reasonably skip? Or are they going to go back to the main format of the mainline characters, the mainline celebrations that likely have a bigger impact on the meta until New Tanabata? They want to take your money. What's the best way to tempt players to take their money? By releasing solid units in the part 1, part 2s with characters that can really just take your breath away. An example is just out of the blue, we got that crazy LR Goma. It was a yellow coin LR, and as soon as that celebration ended, a lot of people regretted it. Not that, I mean, people would have wanted to summon, but they didn't have any stones. Some people tried to make do with what they had. It was a great move by them from a business perspective because it drained everyone of what little stones they had, because Goma was just that good. Even now, he's still good, right? So who knows if another Goma could be showing up between now and the new Tanabata celebration. We've got a part 1 coming up, a part 2 that could potentially even be double rates. This one, if I were to guess, they'll just keep it the same. It'll be a Dokkan festival. It'll be a double rates carnival. Then it'll be a Dokkan festival. Then it'll be a yellow coin LR. One of those 4 is probably going to be something busted, right? Just because we've seen how Dokkan operates, right? And then it's the new Tanabata celebration. So my guess is that there will not be a Xenoverse part 2. My guess is that we will jump straight into Phantom Week. I don't know what we're calling this. We're calling this Goku Celebration 2026. Goku Special. Families of Power. The Goku. I don't know. Some stupid. Just put a bunch of like grandiose words together and that'll be the celebration. There should be some sort of like a celebration name generator for Dokkan, because they generally just have like the stupidest stuff. What is it, like fresh weed buds from the last celebration? The one before that, intense heights achieved. So for this new one, it'll be Winter Blue Blast celebration. No, it'll be Springtime Bunny Rabbit celebration. Springtime Splash Supreme. I'm gonna stop talking. Just guess. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on what is potentially coming up for this next celebration. Do you think it's going to be a Goku Day celebration? Do you think it's going to be Gohan Goten? Let me know if there's anything else you want to include in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.